Welcome to Airline Pilot Performance and welcome to this, the brand new Bose A30 Aviation headset. Today's launch day for the A30 and we're going to be opening this up and taking a look at what's changed from the mighty A20. Now, full disclosure first of all, Bose are sponsoring this video, but what that's done is enabled me to get hold of the headset before general release, and I'm going to be able to share this unboxing with you. And this is genuinely going to be the first time that I've seen this headset, and I'll be giving you my honest opinion on the features and changes from the much loved Bose A20. Now, the A20 is a superb headset, and I've been flying with mine now for almost 10 years, and I must have over 7,000 hours flying with the A20. The build quality, noise cancellation and reliability are, in my opinion, the best in class. And it's one of those rare items that I really wouldn't want to be without when I go flying. So I'm really intrigued to see how Bose have actually improved upon that. And today we're going to be looking at what changes have been made, what new features it has, and the design changes and whether these changes are actually worthwhile. So as we said, today is launch day for the A30, and now Bose have two headsets in their aviation lineup. They've got the lightweight in-ear ProFlight Series 2, which is specifically designed for airliners and other quieter cockpits. And then we have this, the brand new over-the-ear A30. And like its predecessor, the A30 is likely to be an incredibly versatile headset, in that it can be used in everything pretty much from light aircraft all the way up to airliners. And this has historically made the Bose A20 and more likely the A30 now a really attractive headset to a wide range of pilots. Knowing that you can use this in your very first flying lesson and then still use it years later, if or when you move into the professional airline world, is a real plus and can actually save money. So without further ado, let's get into this. Let's open it up, take a look and see what we've got inside. And here it is. This is the brand new Bose A30 Aviation headset. It looks obviously similar to the A20. There's a few subtle differences, but although it looks similar, there's actually a lot going on with these A30s that differentiate it between this and the A20. Just from a design perspective, it just looks slightly more streamlined, slimline, the way that these ear cups taper. The headband is the noticeable difference between this and the A20. You've got this padding on the inside here, and it's designed to actually spread the load around your head more evenly. So it makes it a lot more comfortable over a long period of time. Bearing in mind we'll be wearing these for maybe 8-10 hours a day. It really does make a difference. Straight away, I can feel that the clamping force is less. Bose quote that it's around a 20% less clamping force on your head compared to the A20s. And now the A20s were never really uncomfortable, but on a very long flight, you might start to feel yourself readjusting a bit just to get rid of some pressure points. But this I can feel is a lot less clamping around your head, which I would imagine on those very long flights, when you're wearing these for a long period of time, that's going to make a difference. One of the things that Bose pride themselves on, and certainly that I know that having used them for years and colleagues that I know that swear by these, is the clarity of not only the audio that you hear, but also the clarity in which you can transmit from the mic. And one of the upgrades on the A30 compared to the A20 is that this is now a digital mic as opposed to an analog mic. In the mic boom arm here, it has 17 conductors compared to just the 9 in the A20, which basically means for you and me that when we speak to air traffic control or we speak through the intercom, there's going to be another level of clarity there between this and the A20 itself. Another great feature on this here is the control module. One thing, the things I've noticed immediately here is the control module is different to the A20 as you would expect. There's some other features on this that the A20 doesn't have. In fact, it reminds me more of the ProFlight Series 2, that it's taken some of the features from that. So on the control, you can see here on the control module itself, on the A20, you just had noise cancelling on or off. Here on the A30, we've actually got 3 modes of noise cancellation that we can choose from. We've got a high mode, a medium, and a low. And for me, that's actually a big plus. The noise cancelling on the A20, from obviously having used it for a long period of time, is really good. The only thing with that is that when you're doing like high workload phases of flight, critical phases of flight, takeoffs, for example, I actually found it a little bit disconcerting when it was so quiet that it was actually cancelling a little bit too much noise. I like to be able to hear a little bit of what the engines are telling me. And it felt a little bit unnatural with the first time I used the A20s years ago. And I ended up working around that by having the noise cancelling off for departure. And then once I'm climbing away, I'd actually put the noise cancelling on. And I know I'm not the only one that does that. But now with this, like the ProFlight Series 2, you can actually switch it between low, medium, high. So I know probably from where I'll be starting when I start flying with this, that I'll probably get airborne with it in low, possibly medium, give me some ambient noise as well as some noise cancellation. And once I'm getting airborne, I'm climbing away, then we can move it up to high and just get rid of all that drone that can become so tiring on a long flight. Another great feature on these compared to the A20s is that it's also taken another feature from the ProFlight Series 2. We have the ability to double tap the side of the earphones here to switch between either high or medium noise cancellation and bring it down to low. So just with a double tap, you can take that earphone down to low and then back up again. And that can be really useful if you've got cabin crew coming in and you just want to be able to hear from that side, or maybe on the ground and you're just about to go and you've got a dispatch coming in. Just a quick double tap on the ear, that's going to then cancel, get rid of that high noise cancellation and be able to hear some ambient noise outside. So that's a really nice feature. The cable on this, I can feel, is thinner than the A20. There's not so much resistance on it when you move it, so it's definitely a little bit thinner. It's also longer, which makes it a little bit easier for us to position the cable where we want when it comes to actually getting it fitted into the aircraft. Now, this particular model comes with the 2-pin, the GA plugs they call it, and that's what we use in the 737, but there's loads of other different ends we can get to the cable here, depending on which aircraft you fly. Now, it goes without saying, like all of the Bose Aviation headsets, that these are fully TSO approved, EASA approved, FAA approved. So when you're using these, you're using them legally. And I know a lot of pilots don't realize when they're using other headphones that maybe weren't primarily designed for aviation, they're not approved. And there's stories of people getting inspected down route by aviation inspectors, and that's been one of the findings, that they're not using approved aviation headsets. So with these, you don't need to worry about that. These are fully approved and safe to use, obviously, in all types of aircraft. Another great feature of these, with this being more of a digital headphone as opposed to the analog on the A20, is that as technology improves and as Bose updates software, on the A20, it is what it is. But on the A30 here, we can actually plug a USB into the control module, and then update the software or the firmware of this headset, in bringing more features down the line. Who knows, whatever Bose decide to bring to market, those with the A30 will be able to implement that and take advantage of that new technology. And that's a great add-on to this. It kind of future-proofs these for the foreseeable future. Otherwise, on the control module, it's very similar to the A20. You have the individual volume controls, one for each ear. You have your power button on and off. This is a Bluetooth one. It comes without Bluetooth as well if you don't want the Bluetooth, but you can put Bluetooth on there. And you also have the secondary source selector, so you can give it priorities as to whether it picks up intercom or other secondary sources, and you can select between which priorities you want, even if you want it off. So you can select that in here. Another really great feature for me, particularly as an instructor, because I'm often teaching. One day I could be flying in the left seat as a captain, teaching a first officer, or flying as on a regular flight. The next day I could be sitting in the right-hand seat teaching a command upgrade student, a senior first officer that's being promoted to captain. And that will mean me sitting in the right-hand seat. Now, it might not seem much of a deal. However, what can be a nuisance with regular headsets is that when I'm sitting in the left-hand side, obviously this mic is designed to be on the left-hand side. So it comes down here. But when I'm sitting now in the right hand of the cockpit, the jack where it plugs into is now up on my right side as opposed to my left. So the wire has to go around the back of my neck and then up into the headphone socket. And that's just can be a bit annoying as you can kind of feel it working around your neck. You can actually clip it in different places, but it's a bit of a pain. Now on the A20, you can swap the mic from one side to the other, but it does require tools. On the A30, they've actually improved that. And you can actually unclip these two little clips here and slide that out and then take this cover off and pop it in that side. And it takes all of 30 seconds, if that. It's a super easy way of doing it. So I never used to actually swap the mic on the A20 because I never got around to getting a screwdriver out, unplugging it, putting it around the other side and so on. But I know with this, literally unclip, pull it out, pop it in the other side, clip it back up, job's done. I'm ready to change back again the next day when I go back into the left seat. So that's a great feature. Ear cups themselves, the passive noise reduction on these, very similar to the A20s, but I would imagine they actually use the Bose A30 headset cups. These are replaceable, really easy to replace. If you've got A20 cups already, these will go straight on. So that makes them very, very workable. Also the headband here, these are replaceable as well. You can take those on and off as you see fit. Just like the A20, these are adjustable, so you can make them longer or shorter depending on the size of your head, the shape of your head, etc., to get that perfect fit. And make sure it's absolutely comfortable. Now going back to that tap to cancel or reduce the noise reduction, that's pretty unique to Bose. There's no other over-the-ear headphones at this time that can do that. So having that ability to be able to double tap, turn it down to low, hear the ambient noise, and once you're finished with that, double tap it again, go back to where you were. That's a really unique feature that is unique to Bose at this point. So I'm going to put this on, see how comfortable it feels, see how different it feels, if it does at all to the A20, and see what the fit is like. Yeah, super comfortable, and the noise attenuation, even with this off, just from the passive noise from the seal of the earphones is incredible. Almost feels like I've got noise cancelling on, but of course there's no batteries in here. This is not on at all. That alone cancels out a lot of noise. Super comfortable around the head. I can just tell that's going to be a really nice thing to be wearing on a very long flight. Also in the box, in the case, comes with a few other bits in here as well. Comes with some batteries that we can run it on so we can get going straight away. A little aux cable, if you want to plug something into that. And something that's pretty cool, the control module rubber protector and holder. So you can pop that over the control module and then you can hang it up and it just gives it some protection as well and makes that a little bit more user-friendly. So they give you all of that in the box. So there you have it, launch day for the A30. This is just my initial impressions on the headset, but when you've got a headset that's as good as the A20, it's been around for over a decade. It's loved by pilots in all sorts of aviation corners, and to be able to improve on that is an achievement in itself. When they've listened to pilots, they've looked at what they did in the ProFlight 2, they've taken those refinements and put all of that in now to the A30. And I think this is going to be an incredible headset to wear. I'm looking forward to flying with this tomorrow, and I'll be coming back with a more in-depth review, having worn it, used it in the 737, and give you my thoughts. Does it work? Does it work as well as it looks like it should do? So there you have it, the brand new Bose A30 Aviation headset. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found it interesting. If you'd like to see more on this, remember to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.